Hi, how are you? This is Pastor Kat coming back to you for your 5-minute devotional. We are in Advent season and we're actually up to the 4th week of Advent. Now, the church typically celebrates the 4th week of Advent as the Love Week, where we light the love candle and we talk about God's love coming into mankind. Of course, Christ was born as an infant here on earth to bring revelation to mankind. Not only do we celebrate that idea that love came into the world, we also celebrate the idea that love came into each and every one of us individually. Now, this is a tricky subject because when we talk about that, we have to actually look at how people reacted to Christ's coming. And so today's passage is going to be out of the book of Luke, Luke chapter 2, and I'll put it on the screen right there. And it says this: while they were there, the days were completed for her to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and she wrapped him in cloth, and she laid him in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn. And in the same region there were some shepherds staying on the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. And the angel of the Lord suddenly stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them. They were terribly frightened. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for behold, I bring good news of great joy, which will be for all the people." Now, this is very exciting. The love of God has come to visit mankind. And the announcement is not made to kings or to national leaders of some sort. It's actually made to a handful of shepherds staying out in the fields at night. These lowly shepherds are the ones who get the news first. And a couple things that are interesting here. One is their station, of course, meaning that the love of God can come into each and every one of our lives, no matter what your station in life is. And the second thing is their immediate reaction was to be afraid. I don't know about you, but for me, when God enters my life in a powerful way and asks me to do a thing or shows me a little bit of what I'm doing correct or incorrect in my life and challenges me to a new thing, this incoming revelation that you get when you open the scriptures, there's almost always fear wrapped up in it. You know, "do not be afraid" or "fear not" occurs 144 times in the Bible, depending on exactly how you break that down and do the search. You know, as a list, Isaiah was scared in Isaiah 41 and was told to not fear. Abraham was scared in Genesis chapter 26 and said, "Do not fear, because I am the Lord." And in Lamentations, we have Lamentations 3:57 actually says, "You drew near when I called you. You said, do not fear." Later on in Matthew, this is after Christ has been walking around the earth for a bit, Matthew chapter 10, we are told, "Do not fear because those who can kill the body are unable to kill the soul." You see, that is real love coming into the world. Love that casts out all fear. This idea that we have nothing to fear from man, we have nothing to fear from the spirit realm. Our only fear is of God himself, and that fear being one of respect. That if you have respect for the Father and your fear is placed in the right spot, then all the rest of it, God has come to cast out fear. If you're anything like me, fear is a recurring theme in life, something that you feel like you either have to struggle against or perhaps conquer or just walk through and muddle through. If that's the position you're in this week, I would love to pray for you. If you leave a comment down below here, I will engage in exactly that. The last thing I want to point out is immediately the angels have said, this is going to be a good news that is filled with great joy for all the peoples, you and me, all the way down through history. Doesn't matter who you are, where you've come from. This Christ child in the manger, so much more than just a baby born into poverty, has come to bring great joy and good news. When you are gathered around your Christmas lunch table, if that's what you do, that's kind of what we do, your Christmas lunch table, when you're gathered around that, don't forget to thank God for all the blessings he's brought this year, all the blessings that come next year, and the good news that he's entered into our world to change our hearts, to change our lives. Well, God bless. Merry Christmas. I'll see you next week.